Alright, so I just got back from hanging out with everyone. Technically it's the 4th of July, so happy birthday, America. Oh fuck, I'm a fucking loyalist, so I'm all about England. So, yay, England! Sorry you lost the war and America happened. Bush and all that shit. Alright, so it is fucking 5 in the morning. Which for me it's 4 because I'm from fucking Chicago. But right now I'm in Michigan, so back home where I grew up. And okay, I'm gonna tell you about my day or my evening because it was just awesome. Alright, so I made a blog before I left. I don't know if I posted it or not. I'm still deciding if I want to even post it. But okay, so I went out with David, who's like my boyfriend. And we went. It was really nice. We went to the brewery. I had a shepherd's pie. It was really good. We met some Canadian. Like we met like two couples. Like we were like the goth couple, like the young. Like granted, we're like 23 and 24, but we look like we're freaking out of high school. We're weird goth kids. But we were talking to. Next to us, because we're sitting at the bar. Because we're like, oh, do you want a table? We wanted to sit at the bar. We asked for a table, but we ended up at the bar. And we went into the bar just to wait to get drinks. But they're like, oh, you just want to eat here? So we did that. But we met a couple from Canada, from Toronto, which I fucking T.O. Yeah. And then another couple who were next to them from um, Port Huron-ish area, which is kind of where I lived for the past 3 years since I was in MCO until February, which then February I moved to Chicago. So like 2007 to February. And they were so, I mean, the Canadian couple, of course, were so nice. And then the other couple we actually saw later at the marina. Brilliant. They're so nice. Like, you think most people would see us and be like scared, like, oh no, goth people. Ah. But they were sweethearts. Anyway, we stopped at my friend Nate's game store. He has a game store, arcade games. And he sells used games, like systems for that like GameStop doesn't sell for anymore. So like NES, SNES, Sega, 64, original PlayStation. He has all this shit and like card games, like Magic the Gathering shit. So we stopped there. We went to dinner. Went back to Nate's. Talked for a bit. I met this girl. Her name is Maddie. She's got like these like Neko cat ears. She got a JFAX. Good convention. If you're ever in Michigan, go JFAX. It works on your brainwaves. So it reads your brainwaves and then it twitches accordingly, which is so cool. I've never seen that. I've been to like every convention in the Midwest like 7 times each. I've never seen those. And again, I don't spend much time in the artist alley because I am poor, because I go to so many conventions. Anyway, so after that, like we all ended up going to we stopped at David's house for a bit. There was a couple of us. It was me, David, David's sister Em, who looks just like like Isabel Furman, who played Clove from the Hunger Games. So much like her. Her boyfriend, they're not dating, but boyfriend, Caleb, which is one of my good friend's brothers. And then our friend, Ryan, just got back from Afghanistan. Awesome. And then some other kids that I had apparently met before, but I didn't remember. Like Nick and Mike. Mike is an amazing singer. I will post like a clip of his stuff later. His one of his songs is brilliant. I'm gonna post it like a status for all like Facebook and both of my roleplay accounts because it's awesome. But like we played a drinking game and then we went to a bar to play pool, Jaeger bombs. I met up with I was attacked by one of my friends from high school, like my not my friends, but some guy I knew from high school. He was a total douchebag. And then he saw me and recognized me because I was dressed kind of like I was in high school. Because it was a nostalgia thing. Because you all want to do like dress what we used to be because we're, back home. And he recognized me and God forbid. And he was fucking drunk as piss. He was like trying to make out with me. He was like, oh, that's not like, And then like I'm like, my boyfriend's right there. Get away from me. And so David comes up, puts his arm around me, and it's just and okay, we went to the bar. My friend Amy showed up. We were supposed to all go to the sand dunes. Amy was to bring me a fucking towel, but she never showed up. And anyway, we got to Sorry, I'm burping. Guys, the sand dunes. Fucking awesome. It was seriously like something from a storyline or a movie or something. Because it was nighttime. Oh, granted, it was like midnight. And it was a full moon, so we could see perfectly because it was reflecting off the water. And Mike was playing guitar and singing some of his songs. And it would only have been better if we had a freaking bonfire or if we were on a private beach. And it was so awesome. And seriously, it was like from a fucking storyline. I swear to God. And I had a bathing suit because I had been planning to go in the water because I'm a mermaid. If you've known me, if you're one of the few people who have known me since before I moved away from this town, so like 5 years ago, like if you're DM or Nanette or Lissa, I mean, you know me. You probably know that I used to be obsessed with fucking like Michigan because I'm a goddamn mermaid. And I only wanted to go like waist deep, and I just like freaking dived right in. I just could not resist it. And then the cops showed up. Apparently, we're not supposed to be there past midnight, and it was 2 or 3 in the morning. I mean, they were really, really, really cool. They were really nice. Unfortunately, the 2 boys who had the cars, did get parking violations, but we could have been all hit with trespassing, which would have been like 150 each. And there was like 10 of us. Maybe not 10, like I think six. There were 6 of us. So, I mean, 6 of us, it would have been 150 plus each. But it was only 3 cars, and I think it was like 40 to 60 and like whatever each. So I mean, it was totally worth it. It was so fun. And the cops were so cool. In fact, one of the sheriffs that was talking with us, he like got a call for something, and he was like, "Oh, this is fun, but I gotta go." And he like got into his car like that, and turned on his lights, and he went speeding down the road. The other cop, after he brought back all of our IDs, because he had to make sure, the people who had obviously been drinking, weren't driving, and were old enough. Which, the people who were underage weren't drinking, and the people who were driving weren't drinking. So it was just like me, Stephen Wright, and drinking. We were the only ones, but it was really fun. And so we were cool with it. And apparently, whatever he was called, the one cop who was talking to us was just called to was just like a bad accident. But it was totally awesome. And then sadly, on the ride home, David, I guess because of the alcohol and then the car, got really sick. That's why I'm home and not in his apartment, which kind of sucks because, well, I mean, not completely sucks. I wanted to come home anyway so I could, like, get a nice sleep and do my hair and makeup before the parade tomorrow. Which I know, yeah, it's like 4th of July. Woo, America. I consider myself Canadian because I was born next to the border of Canada, so I'm a fucking loyalist, and I'm wearing one of 2 Union Jack shirts tomorrow. I've got one that's like gray with a heart, and it's got the Union Jack symbol on it, or I've got a tank top who also has a heart with the Union Jack symbol on it. So either way, I'm like, yeah, England! But hell, I roleplayed Pansy Parkinson, for God's sakes. So of course I'm gonna be gay for England. I mean, honestly, because England is so much better than America because it's England. I mean, Hogwarts is in England. And Lauren pretends she's from England, and I can pretend I'm from England because apparently my accent was good enough to fool people from England. And apparently my Irish one is pretty good too. Alright, so I'm gonna go rinse off, get all the sand off of me, and I'll talk to you all lots later. So good night, goodbye, whatever. Keep looking for the doctor because he's around. This is Nixie, and yeah, bye.